In this video, I'm going to teach you how to write a formula in Microsoft Excel. And we're going to review all the different items in this list here. So as we go through each one, I'll just click this little box and it will highlight the current thing that we're reviewing. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to find the Formulas tab on the ribbon. So the ribbon is up here, many different features grouped together in tabs. So we will just move over to the Formulas tab here in the ribbon, and you'll see how all these different things are related to formulas. In this video, we will concentrate on the left-hand side from here over to the left. So all of these different things here. The function library is right in here. As we see, it's a group within this tab, and you click on the drop down, you see the many different options, the functions grouped together in date and time, text, logical, etc. Next, we're going to look at the AutoSum feature, which is very practical. What you can do is highlight a cell below some numbers, come up here and just click this little symbol right here, and you'll see how it automatically selects all the numbers above, and you can either press the Enter key or press the green arrow up here. Same thing. So now we get the total of those 4 cells, the numbers in those 4 cells. What we can also do, I'll just delete this formula here. What we can also do is come up here, click the drop down, so not press the sigma, but click here in the drop down, click average. It highlights these 4, and once again we press Enter or the green check mark. Another feature that's good to know is the insert function. So we're going to come up here, hover over that little icon, click it, and you'll see all the different things in here. Like there's a drop down list. You can type in a description. Let's say we type in min, and we press Enter or go, and we see all these different things in the drop down list. You can even press help on this function, and it will give you a further definition of what this function does, the one that's highlighted in here. So now I'm just going to press cancel, and next item is formula bar. So this is where the actual formula text is stored. For this current cell, which if we look in the name box here, H15, so column H, row 15, this is just text that I've written in to describe what we're currently looking at. But when it's a formula, let's click a cell with a formula, and we see the text starting with the equal sign and the name of the function, and then the parameter. So you type a formula always starts with an equal sign, and it is stored in the formula bar. So as I just mentioned, you type a formula starting with the equal sign. We can go down here, press the equal sign, and this time I could say min for minimum, and select these cells again, either put in the last bracket to close it off, and either press the green check mark or the Enter key on your keyboard, and there we get the total. The next thing that's useful to know is parameters. So these functions have parameters. If we click in the cell with the formula, we click up in the formula bar, we see that this parameter does not have square brackets. It means this one's mandatory. The second one is optional. Really, we only need to have one parameter for this to work. And almost all functions need a parameter. I'll show you one that doesn't need it. But in this case, we could come in here and put a comma, and we could hard code a value and then hit Enter. So we've got now what is the average of those 4 along with 999. We could come in here, we could change this to sum. So it's going to sum up or add up those 4 numbers plus the number that we've put in here. Now typically you wouldn't want to hard code a value in here, but it is possible. Or you could type in a single cell. Let's say you want to get the sum of those 4 numbers as well as a number that might be in this cell. Then you could just press Enter. Another useful feature is autocomplete. So we can come down here and we could type in the equal sign to start a formula, type the letter S, and now we see a list of all the functions that start with the letter S. So we will just type in, kind of autocomplete it. We'll say sum. We will just this time we're going to highlight it, put the ending bracket, and press enter. And as I mentioned earlier, there are a couple of functions that actually don't even take an argument. So I'll show you one of them. I type in the equal sign, I type in the word today, open bracket, and see how below there's nothing in the middle, just two open bracket and a closing bracket. The last bracket, and I press enter. So it gives us today's date. Now we can do the same thing with the now function. Type in now, no argument, just open bracket, close bracket, and it gives us the date with the time as well. So those are two interesting functions that do not take an argument. Next, we will look at the F2 key. The F2 key is used to edit a formula. So let's say we're in this cell H28, which is the sum function. If I press the F2 key, it goes right into edit mode. You can see edit mode down here in the status bar, in edit mode. What we could do is make some changes here without needing to go up to the formula bar. So we make a change, press enter, and that's a useful feature to have. Status bar. Now this is something that most people have told me that they never even realized existed. If you don't want to write any of these any formulas, you just want to quickly get the average of those numbers or the sum of those numbers, what you do is highlight some numbers, come down here to the status bar, and you see it says average. So what you do is right click, and we could add count, minimum, maximum, and numerical count in case there's some text. You see how it's populating all these things down here. And then if you don't want to see them, you just right click and remove them, and they're just taken away. So once again, you only see these when you've highlighted cells with numbers and when these things are turned on. One last tip I'll share with you is a tip to highlight formulas. So what we can do actually is if you hold down the control key and press the letter G, it brings up the Go To dialog box. If we press Special and we say Formulas, then press OK, it's highlighting all the formulas in this current sheet. Now what you might consider doing is coming back to Home. We're going to go over to here and we're going to just highlight this area in yellow. So we've got these three cells have formulas. And also, I hid one up here. There's one up here, so it's a little trick that you could use to quickly see all the different formulas in a worksheet. Now, obviously, if you came in here and you typed something else as well, it wouldn't be highlighted. You'd have to redo those steps. But just an interesting tip for you. So I'll be creating more videos with showing you how to use many different functions and how to combine functions. You can put various functions in one formula. So I'll create those videos, and